Alright, thanks, fool. There is something I like about just starting a drive with no rush, no timer, no delivery waiting, just me, the truck, and whenever this road takes me. And honestly, that's usually when SnowRunner feels the most real to me. I think most people open this game with a destination in mind. A contract, a reward, a route to finish. I used to do the same thing honestly. But the more I play, the more I notice that the moments I remember are almost never the destination. It's usually a road like this one. This stretch of forest coming up is the part I actually wanted to drive again. I remember it being beautiful. Let's see if it still is. I'm taking this slow on purpose, not because the game makes me, because that's how I would actually drive if this was real. You don't rush down a hill like this, you feel it out. When I drive like this, I stop thinking about efficiency. I'm not trying to save time anymore. I'm trying to pay attention. This part of the road is a good example. It isn't technically difficult, but it asks for patience. One wheel at a time, one rock at a time. If I rush it, I'll probably make a mistake. So I slow down and let the truck do the work. The view opens up here, and I always end up looking around for a few seconds longer than I need to. Mountains, water, fog between the trees. In real life, I almost never get to places that feel this isolated. Maybe that's why these drives stay with me. A little later, I get careless for a second and almost put the truck in the ditch. Nothing dramatic actually, but it's a good reminder. The road doesn't care that I already driven 100 kilometers. The moment I stop paying attention, it pushes back immediately. Careful here. Okay, that was close. There is no score attached to this moment. No objective marker telling me to stop and admire the landscape. The game doesn't reward it, but I do. Honestly, this is the whole reason I keep coming back to this game. Not the contracts, not the deliveries. Just driving, paying attention to the road, taking in whatever's around. I think a lot of players just rush through this stuff to get to the next job, and it's fine, but it's not for me. And they miss all of it, in my opinion. I'll never actually experience something like this for real, but even through a screen, It's kind of the closest I get to that feeling. This is basically how I would want to actually travel if I ever got the chance in real life. Not rushing to a destination, just being on the way there. That's a serious mud pit. Let me just look at this for a second, figure out the best line through it. This kind of thing you can't just floor it and hope for the best. Once you commit, it turns into a slow conversation between the truck and the terrain. Too much throttle and the tires dig in. Too little and you lose momentum. You're constantly adjusting, listening, feeling for traction. That felt good, not gonna lie. There is something satisfying about fighting through something like that and coming out the other side. Small win, but it counts. Sun's starting to go down now. This is one of those views that makes the whole slow drive worth it. I don't think I would notice a place like this if I was just driving through fast, trying to get somewhere. That's kind of the point of doing it in this way. Crossing the river at sunset feels less like completing an objective and more like being somewhere for just a moment. I think this is what I keep trying to recreate every time I start SnowRunner. Not a challenge, not a contract, not a progression, just the feeling of traveling slowly enough that the world has time to exist around me. Deeper water here. Don't really know how strong the current is until I'm in it. Let's be slow. The final climb back toward the main road is almost dark now. Headlights, wet gravel, the sound of the engine. I started with a full tank and a destination in mind. Somewhere along the way I stopped caring about the destination. The road became the interesting part. Maybe that's why I keep coming back to games like this. They remind me that there is a difference between arriving somewhere and actually traveling there.